Welcome to a Vanguard news video without the bullshit. Let's get started. For once Bushiroad actually fell through with the promise of updating a card in the same booster set it was released in. The new DSR artwork of Mahani Ivana will now feature Crossdressu sitting on the ear wing of a better visual representation of the unit. With this Dragon Empire deck having 3 DSR alone to collect, they should change their mechanic from being called overdressed to overpriced. Knowing that nobody cares for darker regulars in DVS04, unless it can break premium again, Bushiroad also decided to reveal Royal Paladin Dual Knights in DVS03, just so people would watch their stream this week. Ammons Follower Fujinlin once per turn, lets you place a card in hand into your soul. To draw a card, then your opponent must place one card in their hand into their soul and they can draw a card afterwards. And while on rear guard at the start of your battle phase, you can soul charge one card. If your opponent has 6 or more cards in their soul, then give one of your units 5k power if you soul charge with this ability. Yes, forcing your opponent to soul charge their own cards in hand then giving them away to replace said card. I'm sure this wouldn't backfire anytime soon. Ammons Follower on Jinlin when placed on Vanguard or rear guard makes you soul charge one card. Then your opponent can place one card from either their hand or rear guard into their soul. You soul charge another card if they chose not to. And while on rear guard or guardian circle, this unit gets 10k power and shields if your opponent's soul has 6 or more cards. The only time both Jinlin cards will be useful is when facing against an opponent that also utilizes their soul for their abilities. Just playing against a mirror match is like giving your opponent more ways to punch you in the face. Demon World Marquis Salmon once per turn while on Vanguard lets you place a rear guard, a card in hand and drop zone into your soul to make them place 2 cards each from their rear guard, hand, and drop zone into their soul. Then this unit gets an extra drive check if your opponent did not place 6 cards into their soul with this ability. Then while on Vanguard or rear guard during your turn, it gets 5k power for every 6 cards in your soul. It gets 10k power instead if it's on Vanguard. And while on Vanguard, this unit gets an extra crit for every 6 cards in your opponent's soul. Welcome to the Premium's version of Seraph Pure Light, but with a bit more bullshit, especially against a mirror match, since both players will be stalling the hell out of one another until the other player gives them soul to work with. Fruiting Dual Knight Eunice while on rear guard lets you place a normal unit in your drop zone to the bottom of your deck at the end of the battle. She boosted to soul charge one card, then you can return her to your hand. And when another unit is placed on top of her, retire one of your opponent's rear guard in the same column as her. You draw a card instead if you didn't retire an opponent's rear guard. If not for her thick thighs, I could have sworn she was an Aqua Force unit, because they tend to only take mermaids for their waifus. Dogmatized Dual Knight Sibyl while on Vanguard or rear guard lets you place a grade 2 or lower card from hand into your soul when she attacks to draw a card. And when another unit is placed on top of her, you can call a grade 2 or lower Dual Knight card from the top 3 cards of your deck, then place the remaining to the bottom of your deck in any order. Did Bushiroad just give Royal Paladins a generic on attack hand filter that lets you place the filtered card into your soul instead? The application of this ability alone is endless, that it's going to be dangerous to give them any card ability that requires a specific card in soul now. Leading Dual Knight Salome once per turn while on Vanguard lets you pay 1 counter blast at the end of the battle. She attacks to call any number of Dual Knight cards in your hand to rear guard. Then you can pay 4 soul blast if you called 3 or more Dual Knights and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or higher to put her in stand position. And while on Vanguard or rear guard, you can pay 1 counter blast when another unit is placed on top of your other units to get 10k power and an extra drive check. The fact she requires a lot of soul blast to use and she restands makes me speculate that someone at Bushiroad's R&D just wanted to ship Thing Saver and Soul Saver Dragon together, but had their idea placed into Salome instead due to mandate. Also, Crystal Luster Dragon is the new still in premium. Finally, Cecilia Reverse's card ability will be revealed sometime this week, in which they pit her against the new Dual Knight cards. Let the waifu wars begin. And that concludes this Vanguard news video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments how Link Joker players got shafted again, since they won't get stepped on by Ashley Reverse.